Apple and Rob here. We're camping here at the Captain's Hideaway. And today we wanted to show you a product which we really like and wanted to share it with you guys. It is the Oukitel P501 Portable Power Station. There's a lot of these portable power stations on the market. The prices are kind of all over the place. And we wanted to show this one to you because we feel that the price point is right for what you get for the money. And it's got a lot of uses and could really help you out on the road, at the campsite, and just make things a lot easier for you. So let's go ahead and get it opened up. We'll show you what's inside. We'll test a few things with it and give you our thoughts. All right, let's get this opened up here. These little portable power stations, they've really hit the market recently. You see them all over online, all kinds of different brands. Some expensive, some not so expensive. I think this one hits the sweet spot, right around 350 bucks. All right, we just got some padding here, manual. This must be the charger that it comes with. Now I should mention, you can also get a solar panel and keep this thing charged up on the road or out at the campsite. We like this one because it's got some pretty good reviews so far, but we wanted to give our take on it. You know, it's about the size of a little old school lunchbox. It's got all the specs right here on the back. 505 watt hours of capacity on the battery. And let's take a look here. You got two 120 volt ports. You got a USB-C with power delivery. Plenty of other standard USB ports. A 12 volt adapter here. There's a light. Ooh, look at that screen. Ooh, and it's got fans too that just kicked on. All right, so we got an input fan, output fan. I love doing this right here. All right, and a nice little carry handle here. Let's get this opened up here too. It's already 100% charged up. Normally these things you want to charge them before you use it. So if yours comes and it's not charged all the way, then make sure you charge it to 100% capacity. Let's plug it in and see how it works. All right, so we bought this Set Power cooler about a couple years back. It's a 12 volt compressor driven cooler. This has been a lifesaver for us. You know, you're not hauling around a bunch of ice to keep it cool. Very low current draw, and let's plug it into our power station here and see what kind of wattage draw it's getting and what we can run on here. All right, so just pop this out, plug this in. Now we're going to turn it on. All right, so right now it's not drawing anything. I think I might need to turn on the cooler. Let's do that. All right, so it's set to, it's on. 13.5 volts. It's outputting according to the cooler. Oh, there it goes. It's coming on right now. Now look at that. The compressor is running and it's only drawing anywhere between 30 to 40 watts. That is awesome. 38, 32, 34. This could run this cooler for a long time. With the compressor running, it's only brought it down to 13 volts. That's excellent. And if you don't know anything about this, you can actually like freeze food and stuff with it, like deep freeze. It'll go down to -4. So we just use it for beer. Speaking of beer, there's no beer. Okay. So yeah, this thing can You can use it as a deep freeze. You can use it as a refrigerator. We use it as a refrigerator when we're on the road traveling. Long runs to Costco, stuff like that. You know, it'll keep our food cold. In this case, we use it to keep the beer cold here at the campsite. Speaking of beer, today we have No Wake Zone Coconut Key Lime Ale from Isla Morada Brewing Company. Now we'll leave a link to this. You can check out the review of this cooler. We did this a while back. It's still holding up strong. We love this thing. There's one for Apple. Cheers.
Cheers. So it can run the set power. Can it run like a phone charger and my laptop? And, you know, like, can we max it out? Like, how can we, how do we know how much it can handle at once and how long? I guess those are good questions before you're going to shell out. What is this, a few $100?
Yeah, like $350.
I mean, $350 is not a lot, but it's also not a little.
Yeah, but compared to, say, the Jackery, which is pretty much the same model as this, it's about $200 less.
Yeah.
So let's take this over to the tiki bar and set some stuff up and see what it does.
With the set power?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
I love this cooler. You know, it's something to be said not to have to go and get ice constantly. You know, with a standard cooler, you lose a lot of your space just from the ice you have to put in there to keep your stuff cold. All right, let's plug this back in here. On. There it goes. All right, the temperature's set. We'll watch the output here. Let's turn on the USB also on this. USB on. There you go. So we got everything all lit up here. This is pretty cool. So there's a power button for each section here, each output. A power button for your 12 volt. Oh, that's for your recharge. That's input.
Oh, gotcha.
So your 12 volt section, your USB section, and this does have power delivery, that's basically high speed charging. And then you got your two 120 volt ports.
Let's stress test this a little bit. I'm going to plug it into the high speed USB-C power delivery. I'll put my phone in that. Okay, that's going. Oh, good, I needed to charge it. So the output's going up to about 55 to 60. Oh, no, it's going up 65. It's be between 55 and 65. Let's plug some more stuff in. Let's get, what do we got here? Just through a regular USB. Well, and there's a difference. That's a 2.4 and that's 3.0. So is that one faster?
Yeah, go ahead and do that one.
Okay. That needed charging too. Okay, so we're up to like 86, 88, it's around there, bouncing back and forth. Let's do this one. Okay. Give me your watch.
Here.
We're at...
You gotta take it off.
Okay. Let's plug you in there. Oh my God, this should be an Apple ad. We're at 105.
That's pretty good.
Does that like...
Go ahead and plug the MacBook in.
Here, so that's gonna have to go into the regular plug, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I already used the USB-C plug for that.
Yeah. But I think you could probably charge.
This is also a high output. Obviously, it needs that for the laptop.
How many watts is that rated for? Should say probably.
Oh my God, I can't see.
I'm gonna guess 75, 80 watts.
50 to 60 hertz. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll plug it in. Let's see what it does.
It's a bunch of numbers. That's you. I don't know any of that stuff. Okay. So what's the maximum?
500 watts we could pull on this. So we're
only
pulling
at 100.
Yeah. So
okay, let's see what this does. I think the laptop needs a little love too. 130, 160, 190 keeps jumping up and now it's jumping back and forth.
That's pretty good. So
wow.
You know, if we can keep this under a couple hundred watts. It's not like you're gonna be charging all day long here, but I mean, you could really go all day and then some. This could really keep you topped off, you know? And there are solar options instead of the charging brick. If you don't have access to AC to recharge this overnight, you know, you could buy a solar panel for this and use it like that. But look at this. So right now we have the cooler. We got an iPhone 13 Pro. We got an iPhone XS Max, some sort of Motorola Android, the watch, and a MacBook Pro. And, you know, right now we're only pulling 130 watts. So,
oh, wow.
maybe
So it surged a bit and then it kind of mellowed out.
Yep, yep. Now, this will surge a little bit when the compressor turns on.
But not by much.
Yeah, but once it's on and it's running, it really drops down.
What else can we plug into it?
I don't know.
What else do we have?
Oh, here we can run the light. Let's see. The light is pretty cool too.
Oh, that didn't do anything.
No,
It's LED.
Yeah. So it's got a
Jinx.
regular SOS,
Oh, SOS. That's pretty cool.
just a steady flash, then it turns back off. Yeah, this is awesome. For those of us that don't have the luxury of, you know, lithium power in our RVs, you could use a adapter and use this to power your RV. Should we try it out?
What's the difference between this and the one battery we have in our RV already?
Well, this could turn on all your, it's basically kind of like an inverter. We could run all of our 120 volt accessories. Like say we're camping in the wintertime, it's kind of cool. And we're not plugged in and we want to run our furnace. This could probably run the blower on the furnace. This could turn on all the 120 volt items inside the camper. So,
Meaning
like
all
that.
the plugs.
All the plugs.
So as it is right now, let's say we're not plugged in and we have that one battery, which isn't a lithium, I assume.
Nope, we got two 12 volt, just regular lead acid batteries.
Okay. We can turn on all the lights.
Yes.
Can we turn on the blower for the heater?
Probably for the heater, yeah.
But not for very long.
We don't know. We have to plug it in and we'll see exactly what the draw is.
But will we be able to plug anything in the outlets as it stands now?
If we're unplugged, none of our 120 volt works in the camper because we don't have an inverter.
Got it. So this acts as an inverter. I understand.
This will be kind of like an inverter, yeah.
So this is much more powerful than the two batteries we have on the RV.
Yeah, this should be, yep.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we try it?
Yeah, let's give it a shot and see, let's see what happens. I could even charge my one wheel with this.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. Let's plug the camper in. It's gonna run the inverter, like the battery chargers and stuff like that, and it's gonna run a bunch of stuff, but we'll see exactly what we can run. All right. So I got some adapters here. So I'm gonna take from a 50 amp down to a 30 amp down to a 20 amp plug here. All right, so let's go ahead and plug it in. All right, it is working.
There's already, I think, a light on in there.
Okay.
What about the refrigerator? What's that hooked up to at the moment?
Right now the refrigerator's off. I've turned off everything inside. The AC's off, obviously. That's not gonna run. So right now we're pulling right around 30 watts and dropping. Yeah, it's stabilized right around 28 watts. I'm gonna go in and start turning on some stuff, and I'll just call out to you and you just let me know over the radio where we're at.
Roger that.
All right. All right, I think we're gonna start with the refrigerator first, since that works by running a heating element, which is generally pretty high wattage. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on whenever you're ready.
We're ready.
All right, here we go. The fridge is on.
So it was hanging around the mid-20s and now it looks like it's at 40. 39. Oh, and then it just jumped up to 323.
All right, so I would say if we're traveling, it's probably better to use the gas, the LP, on the fridge to run the fridge than use the electricity.
Well, at least it's good to know that it works with some room left over.
So I'll go ahead and kill the fridge, and we'll go to the next item. All right, how about let's try the furnace.
Okay, so since you unplugged the fridge, it's back down to like 40, 43, somewhere around there.
All right, here goes the furnace.
All right, I hear the fan that it just turned on, and this jumped up to 147, 48, around there. Didn't seem to, you know, take too much of a hit like the fridge did.
Yeah, so basically when you run your furnace, you're only running your fan.
All right, what are we gonna do next? Are you gonna leave the furnace on while you do the next thing?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the furnace off, and let's try a couple more things. Let's just turn on all the lights in here and see how much it's pulling. You know, they're all LED, they're all 12 volt, so it shouldn't be too bad. Let me start back here in the bedroom. I'll turn on everything back here. Let me kick on the bathroom. How about these fans too? We'll turn that on. Let's turn on all the ceiling lights, all the exterior lights. Let's turn on the water pump. Not that it's really using anything right now. Let's turn on all these lights. Yeah.
And a light above you too, above, yeah. What about the
TV? Yeah, what about it? All right, we got every light on except the one right above the door, so we'll turn that one on, and oh, we got this one too. That one and this one. Let's go outside.
What about that refrigerator?
That's running too.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a small 12 volt, there is a small 120 volt fridge running also. So
has it been running?
Yeah.
Since we've been testing?
Yeah.
Oh, well
Yeah.
that's what, okay.
All right, so, wow, that's actually, let's turn on this light so it'll light up the screen.
There we go, that's how you do it.
Look at this, 264 watts. So we're running 120 volt mini fridge. So all the lights in the whole rig, the fan over the range, plus two fantastic vents. This is awesome. We're pulling just over half the output capacity of this unit.
And what was it when we had every device plugged in to charge?
It was under 200.
So let's say, hypothetically, we can have every light on, every fan on, and charging all our devices, and
Correct.
it still won't max this out.
Yep. And we could have, not that you want to, when you're out on the...
Oh, and the TV's on.
Oh, yeah, and the TV's on. So when you're out there, you're not going to really have all this stuff on. You conserve a little bit more power. And so far, I mean, this is pretty cool. What do you think?
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. We've been really stress testing this with lots of stuff plugged in. Real world, and we're only down to 83%.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and that's been running a lot of stuff on here. So 82 now. So I mean, we're pulling a lot of power.
Yeah, I assume those fans and TVs gonna pull some power
yeah.
too.
Plus there's a 120 volt refrigerator that's running also.
The beer fridge.
The beer fridge on the outside, yep. These are some adapters you probably don't want to leave home without. This is our 50 to 30 amp adapter. And then we have a 30 amp to, will either be a 15 or 20 amp adapter. So just if you're using this, try not to overload everything. So this will actually run both 120 legs off of a 30 amp. Just don't run both ACs, stuff like that. Just be mindful of that, or you might catch the plugs on fire.
Let's plug this cooler back in. And then plug the laptop in the USB-C power delivery, the high speed. There it goes. So the USB-C is on. I gotta turn the 12 volt on. And it's set to cool at 32 and it's 53 right now. We got any beer to put in there? Is there any beer? There's beer. Good job. So we got the 12 volt, the 6 USB. One of them is the USB-C power delivery, the high output. And then we got 2 120 volt plugs. Flashlight, the input, which we could also put solar, which let's be something to look into. I'm pretty convinced. I guess I'm kind of glad Robert picked this up. I like it. Let's grab a couple beers. So this it's pretty cool. I mean, especially with remote working and everybody selling their homes and getting an RV. Cheers. Or the adventurer, or, you know, the camper, glamper, overlander. This is a neat thing to have, and it shouldn't break the bank either. So I think we're gonna take it around and test it in some real life situations, and maybe plug in the Starlink to it. And, you know, if we have any issues or we need to do a follow-up or whatnot, and, you know, we'll definitely keep you updated. Obviously, this thing's brand new out of the box, so it's gonna work perfectly now, but we'll see how it does down the road.
We got links to all this stuff in the description below. Do us a favor, follow along on all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Stay connected. And if we do run into any issues, we'll be sure to let you guys know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye.
All right, you guys better subscribe to Apple and Raw. Just press that there button, and you're going to be part of the family. Just like me.
Yeah. Thanks, Billy Bob.
All right, guys.